A part of the teacher's duties is to provide WCF to the students' written output. Basically, this is one of the pedagogue's way of helping the learners be cognizant of their writing performance and be responsible for their progress. While the following studies show the significance of WCF in the writing progress of the learners, it can be noticed in the existing studies that little attention is given to the alignment of the teacher's beliefs and practices in giving WCF. This is what prompted the researchers to explore more this topic. This qualitative study identified the teacher's WCF beliefs and practices and checked their alignment in terms of extent, scope, and type. Here are the three research questions. This study was guided by Griffith 2007's framework, which shows the significance of ensuring the alignment of their beliefs and practices to avoid students' confusion and to guarantee the fulfillment of its purpose. To answer these research questions, survey questionnaire and sample essay were administered to 30 English teachers. In answering RQ1, questionnaire responses were subjected to qualitative document analysis with descriptive statistics. Percentile equivalent and arithmetic mean of the responses were also computed. Subsequently, these were ranked based on the premise of the extent and type of the error correction that they agree with the most. For the RQ2, WCF issued by the participants for the sample essay were classified based on its nature and classified by its type relative to the scope from which each type can be generally classified. Identified trends from it were also noted. For the RQ3, data from both instruments were further analyzed to discern its congruence or incongruence to each other. Trends and themes from it which could potentially impact on the improvement students' writing skills were also noted.
RQ1, the major findings have three parts: the extent of WCF, the ways of providing WCF, and the perceived usefulness of the different types of WCF. Most respondents believe that it is important to mark all errors, whether major or minor. For the ways of providing WCF, respondents believe that error identification plus direct WCF is the most ideal way to give feedback and that they must be implemented together. For the perceived usefulness of the different types of errors, respondents believe that correcting organization, content, and punctuation errors is most useful to students as correcting these helps them convey ideas better. For RQ2, the major findings have three parts: extent, focus or scope, and type of WCF. In terms of the extent, most respondents marked most of the major errors, yet no one marked all of the errors present in the sample output. In terms of the focus or scope, majority of the respondents focused on correcting grammatical errors, but none of them corrected the content errors. Lastly, in terms of the type of WCF, majority of the respondents used indirect WCF, which shows that they like to allow students to correct their errors for themselves. For RQ3, the major findings also have three parts: extent, focus or scope, and type of WCF. In terms of the extent, there is a misalignment because the respondents only marked most of the major errors, even if they believe that all errors should be marked. In terms of the focus or scope, there is also a misalignment because respondents focused on marking grammatical errors rather than content errors in practice, even though their beliefs state that content errors are the most important. Finally, in terms of type of WCF, there is also a misalignment because most respondents gave indirect WCF in practice, even though their beliefs stated that direct WCF is the most ideal way. In conclusion, this study aimed to shed light on the beliefs and practices of teachers in giving WCF, as well as to see whether or not these beliefs and practices were aligned with what actually happens in the classroom. The results of this study show the disparity between what teachers believe WCF is for, as well as how they actually implement it in their classes. The researchers believe that this is due to how busy teachers are in terms of accomplishing the number of tasks that they have to, as well as having a large number of students. For future researchers who wish to replicate the study, you may make improvements by gathering data from classroom observations as well, and including teachers from other subject areas that regularly give feedback to their students' written outputs in order to arrive at more relevant data.